Hey, Conscious Habit listeners. My goal is to help support you on your journey of discovering how to live from your highest and most fulfilled self at home and at work. And in that vein, I have some thoughts I'd like to share with you today. So meditate on this. There is a part of me that thinks that maybe I was a Stoic in another life. And I think because Stoicism and the principles they just speak to my soul so deeply. And before I even found what Stoicism was, I was teaching in the world this concept of own your 50 and or own your shit, which is manage the manageables. When you're angry at anyone for anything, like be curious. There's something within you to reflect upon. And I did start reading and understanding Stoicism after that. I met someone and they're like, "Do you read the Daily Stoic?" No, I have no idea what that is. And as soon as I found it, I became an instant fan of Ryan Holiday and all of his work in particular. And one of my favorite reminders is this idea of understanding our reaction and our response. On the road to being more conscious, and if you're listening, my gut says that you just want to know and understand something different about yourself and the world around you. Kudos to you. Thank you for the work you're doing. Creating this curiosity of what our reaction is. What are the things that push your buttons that create a reaction within you? And it can be habitual thinking, it can be habitual emotions. But familiarizing ourselves with those reactions is really damn powerful because between the space of recognizing, of realizing, of developing that awareness, we have the next step, which is choice. I notice that when someone drives slow in the fast lane, it frustrates me. What is my reaction? My reaction is that stupid. My reaction is instantly going into some sort of frustration or tirade. And in that moment, I have sacrificed my peace for someone else. What I get to do there when I notice the reaction is choose. And I get to choose a new response. Ooh, when I'm out of alignment, I might choose, I've shared this on a previous Meditate on This episode, to use the phrase, I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about him. And in that, I have created this separation between my reaction and my response. When you are handling or dealing with a loved one, and y'all, no one can push our buttons better than the people we love the deepest. We just know it all, don't we? We know the things that aggravate them, frustrate them, and we can be really good at pushing our buttons. That is a time where we can step back and be curious. When they say this in this tone, it pushes this reaction within me. But I'm going to notice the reaction by noticing that my emotion has taken hold. I feel more frustrated. I feel like I want to lash out. I want to say something angry. But instead, I'm going to take a couple deep breaths and respond. The space between reaction and response is not only a space of consciousness, it's a space of power, a space where you get to continue to choose to uplevel and be the highest, best version of you that you know you're capable of being. Another place this reaction and response is available to us where we can be curious is when we're trying new things, when we are moving beyond our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is that place where we know what's going to happen and we feel good and we feel at ease and we're not really challenged. We get to just kind of operate from the subconscious. We just get to go with the flow. And when we decide to do something new or different, maybe it's a health goal, maybe it's taking a big risk in your career, maybe it's making a challenging decision in a relationship, whenever something new is happening and we shake up what we know to be true in our comfort area, our reactions are going to bubble to the surface. And our reactions might be, I can't do this. It's better to stay with a known hell than an unknown heaven. We might justify, explain, we might talk ourselves out of the future that we really desire. And in that space, you will be called to the opportunity to notice the reaction and choose a higher and better response. That higher and better response might be trusting yourself, loving yourself, doing it scared, etc. Reaction versus response. Are you paying attention? Are you choosing differently? Are you leaning in?